What's going on, guys, and welcome back to FBA Capital. And today I'm bringing you guys another weekly, not wrong video, scratch that, another daily range on NAS100. I don't know, thought this was a different video. I was reading my description for weekly NAS100 market breakdown episode 28. And if you haven't watched that already, make sure you go check that out. It's the most recent video. I uploaded that yesterday. So without further ado, let's get into this breakdown on NAS100. So first things first, we're going to mark up the previous day's highs and the previous day's lows. As you can see, neither of them got targeted. So what does that tell us? It tells us that overall today was a range bound day, trending, not trending. It was a consolidating day because it didn't target either the previous day's high or the low. So if you come to the higher time frames on this daily chart and you zoom on into this candle right here is the day. It didn't clear the high, nor did it clear the low. So we're just in this small consolidation in this range, slowly losing momentum. So that's something we're going to be keeping in mind because, like I said, this is the daily chart. So this is going to give us our information on what I want to see overall. So we're going to go back over here. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the Asian session range from the previous day. From here to right here. We're going to get that range. And after I get the range, I'm going to put the 50% of it in using the fib. Just like that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the 12 a.m. open. So I'm going to go to the 12 a.m. open, put it right where the market opened, right here. And now we have an overall, we have an outline on everything that happened. It makes it very clear to overall understand what happened. So next thing I'm going to do, just to make it slightly clearer, is I'm going to get our big figure levels. So we got 14,800, 14,500 down here. What's in here? 14,600, 14,600. And right in here, I think it's 700. Right here, 700. So I'm going to make the 700 and the 600 level black because those aren't primarily the main big figures I like to trade off of. I primarily like to go off of 800 levels, 500, 000 levels, and 200 levels. Those are my main levels that I tend to see get traded off of and have the most reaction. So don't take it from me if you trade a different pair that's not NAS100 or US30. Test it out because I know quarter points work better for other pairs, but personally with indexes, using the 200, 800, 500, and the 000 levels work for me perfectly. So first thing I want you guys to pay attention to is we have the high of the day up here. We have the low of the day down here. I want you guys to pay attention to where these highs and lows were created. So we got this high of the day that was created after trading into the 14,800 level. After doing what also? It tapped into this 15-minute bearish order block. So now if we draw this all the way over, it's right here. You can see that the reaction it had, it came right into it, traded into that big figure level along with this order block. So it has two confirmations in one. Two confirmations just like that. And then we add another confirmation. We also cleared this high right to the left. So we had this false break of this high, traded into this order block, traded into this big figure level. Personally, I thought price at this point would have traded a little bit higher and potentially had a false break of the previous day's high. Like the similar situation, just imagine this price action right here, but just a little bit higher. That's personally what I thought was going to happen, but in this case, it didn't tap into it. So from here, let's just mark out what we have. So we have the high of the day. At what time? This was at 9:45. So this is the early New York session. So the high of the day at 9:45 a.m. Plus, it traded into 14,800 big figure level. Plus, it traded into the 15-minute order block. So there was a lot of reason for why this was the high of the day. It had a lot of confirmations. The time, it was in a high volume time. I almost forgot we were also above the 12 a.m. open. So this was giving a very good possible potential sell opportunity. And as you can see, this is the best place you would have been able to catch this trade. I was able to catch this trade somewhere in here. I don't exactly. If I go to the chats, I got in at 14,781. So 14,781 is right in here. So this is where I had my entry at. And if you want to check to see how I was able to get that stop loss and entry and everything, make sure you just go watch that. Make sure you go watch the live video that I did this morning, and I will show you why I thought what I did. And I also have the screenshots in the Telegram chat, so if you want to check that out. But yeah, I was able to capitalize on this and took profits somewhere after we cleared this low down here. Wasn't able to catch all of this down here, but it is what it is. Ended up moving up and down, but neither here nor there. Now that we have this, let's look all the way down here to where we have the low of the day. So we have this low of the day. At what time was the low created? 15:45, which is 13, 14, 15, I think 3:45. So we have the low of the day at 3:45 p.m. After doing what? It traded into the 14,600 level and then started to reject. But we're going to take it a step further, and we're going to go to slightly higher time frames, and we're going to see if we tapped into anything else in specific. So we tapped into, I think it's going to be right here. So right here, we have this last down candle before this up move. Didn't mean to do that. Let me just get rid of that. Go back to 15 minute. Now we have this 1 hour order block right in here, and you can see how price is reacting to this specific area. So we have this low of the day at 3:45 p.m. at this 1 hour order block, and we also are holding above this 14,600 level. So as you can see, price came down, but it was holding 14,600. So I'm gonna have that in mind. We were holding this level. We didn't like trade right into it and go above, but you could tell the willingness of price wanting to stay above. After we came lower, price had an engulfing right away and closed above the 14,600 level, and then from here, price started to lose that momentum. So now that we have this low of the day, and the reason behind the low of the day. Nah, okay, I thought I seen something. No, we're good. So we have the low of the day right here. Next thing I want you to bring your eyes to is here. We had a potential retracement that you could have been able to catch. Now, why is this a good retracement? So say now we're going to take our fib from this high to this low right here. Why these two? Because this is the low and high that this range is currently trading within. We're going to pull our fib from the high to the low, and we're going to find an area where price could have potentially retraced into. As you can see, very, very, very clean. So price traded right into that 70.50%, and also did what? We traded into this. Is this a 30-minute order block right here? Yes, it is. We traded right into this 30-minute order block. Right into the fib short. Right into 14,700. Right above the 12 a.m. open. So there was a lot of confirmation for this trade. And what time did it happen? At 15, which is about 3 o'clock then. 3 o'clock. That's not currently where I would have been able to trade. But just look at all the confirmations. We have a fib short. Plus we have the 14,700 level rejecting. Plus we have above the 12 a.m. Above the 12 a.m. open. Plus we have a 30-minute bearish order block. And all of these things led to price having this overall push to the downside. And this isn't a small push at that. Keep this in mind that this is the push that ended up pushing and making that low of the day. So you can see the momentum that was in there. And overall, personally, before everything was happening, I was looking for price to have a potential London continuation today. Because as you can see, we did have this low of the day created at 315. And if I do pull my fib from this high to this low, you see that when price was trading in this area at that time, I was looking to take a long position. And from here, I think it did. Where was it? It was somewhere. I think from down. Where was it? If you pulled a fib from the previous day's low, somewhere in here, I think it came right to the 62%, and that's where price overall started to push higher. Yeah, right there, and then from there, that's when we got that push higher. But neither here nor there. Looking at this from the overall, what happened overall through the day. Now let's get the schematic, where we have the Asian session ranged. Then we had this push during London session, came down, created a low, pushed higher during New York session, and then from here, that's when price overall had that big drop off that ended up creating the low of the day, just like that. So overall, it was a bearish New York reversal. This is the overall setup that happened today. After trading into this 1 hour order block, we created the low of the day. After trading into this 15-minute order block at 14,800, that we created the high of the day. We had a potential retracement or possible re-entry right here at 14,700. So there was two opportunities you could have had. If you would have missed this one, you could have waited for this one. If you would have missed this one, you could have potentially looked for a long situation down here, in which price could potentially still move higher. As you can see, it is consolidating and is holding above the overall 50% of this order block down here. So if you look at the 50%, you can always give that as a good indication to where prices has a willingness to go. And it's holding above, and it looks like it's trying to get right back above 14,600. So overall, we'll see what's happening. But overall, that's going to be it. So now I'm going to get this screenshot. I'm going to make sure to put it in the Telegram chat, and I'm going to make sure I put it in my journal and everything. And I suggest you all do the same thing. So without further ado, I'm going to end the video off here. If you found this helpful, or if you found it informative in any way, shape, or form, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow morning for my live session. Yeah, for my live session. And make sure you stay motivated by the fear of being average. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.